1921, if students at the University of Colorado wanted to immerse themselves in foreign culture, they had to take a cruise. In that same year, the university built a new Arts and Sciences building. Today, that building looks much the same from the outside, but inside is quite another story. In September of 1990, the Anderson Language Technology Center opened what could be called its door to the world.
Hi, I need a videotape. It's really bad. It's 2.
Students and faculty use telecommunications, computers, and a large library of videotapes and laser discs to explore foreign cultures.
It's not quite as good as going to a foreign country and meeting people who live there, but it's one step between classroom and living abroad.
In the Interactive Video Lab, computers linked to laser disc players provide the next best thing to being there. Here, students assist Philippe, the young Frenchman, to solve several problems, such as finding an apartment in Paris. Amy has agreed to make some phone calls for Philippe. If she calls the correct number, a character in the video will answer.
We get to read and interact with the characters themselves.
It's fun?
So, yeah, it's a lot more fun than workbooks.
Specialty software for Chinese and Russian is also available. Here we see a student learning the stroke order for Chinese characters. The computer classroom allows both independent study and face-to-face instruction. From improving your pronunciation in Russian, to writing a composition and checking spelling in French, to analyzing a novel in Spanish, help is available with the computer. Through the computer network, students have access to international electronic mail. Messages can be sent across the globe nearly instantaneously. Matt is reading a message from a newfound friend in Mexico. In the media classroom, students view live satellite programming from around the world. A multi-standard VCR allows viewing of foreign videotapes. Special stage lighting makes it possible to film student skits.
Bellissima città. Ci sono stato 2 settimane fa. E tu?
In the audiovisual area, we find a large library of materials. Movies, videotapes, audio tapes, and books bring the foreign culture closer.
Doing these kinds of exercises, I find it hard to do the regular writing exercises out of a textbook. They're extremely boring in comparison.
In these view rooms, small groups watch satellite programs or videos together. In the audio-video production shop, faculty and TAs create their own instructional materials. Editing equipment is used to modify video for classroom purposes. Here we see work in progress on an interactive video project for German. Many of these students will still want to experience foreign culture firsthand. In the meantime, the Anderson Language Technology Center offers those all-important global connections.
St. Lawrence University is an independent liberal arts college founded in 1856. It is located near the Canadian border in New York State. St. Lawrence has over 160 full-time faculty members and a student population numbering about 2,000 from 38 states and 23 foreign countries. The university stresses excellent teaching and close student-faculty relations. The university prides itself, too, on its international focus. St. Lawrence students are found studying in numerous countries, including Austria, Canada, Denmark, England, France, India, Japan, Kenya, Spain, and the Soviet Union. In January 1990, St. Lawrence opened the doors to Carnegie Center for International Education. This was a complete renovation project of an existing building. Some of the character of this one-time science building was retained, such as the pillared archway of the old main entrance and the details of the brickwork. The university asked the people who were going to work in the building to be actively involved in the planning process, from the very first stages to the last ones. We, faculty and staff, specified our general and specific needs, and with the help of our support personnel, drew up a list of necessary equipment and furniture. We even had several on-site inspection tours. As we worked on the plans for Carnegie, we thought about what we wanted to get away from in our old setup: booths and long aisles, a crowded console area cluttered with equipment, inadequate storage areas, and mixed-use work areas where our videotapes shared space with the duplicator, and where the microwave sat next to the shortwave radio. Our old classrooms left much to be desired, too. They were stark, uninviting rooms cluttered with equipment. The happy result of our cooperative efforts is a very personalized and workable building. Carnegie houses the Department of Modern Languages and Literatures and also the International Education Office. Department offices are all on the 3rd floor, along with 2 seminar rooms, a conference room, a work lounge, and a study lounge. Faculty and students especially enjoy the view from the top floor. The 2nd floor has a large language learning center and a lab classroom, along with repair and storage rooms. The Office for International Education is on the 1st floor. As well as 4 large classrooms with a storage area in between them. These classrooms feature an overhead projection system, and all the equipment is recessed in the adjoining storage areas and thus out of the way. The ground floor level has 2 small classrooms, a 2nd lab classroom with an adjoining storage area, and also a small film classroom with tiered seating and a performance area. Works of art from the university's collection, sculpture, and paintings, and photo enlargements of scenes from abroad help add international atmosphere to the building. As you have seen, there are 3 labs in Carnegie. The Language Learning Center is a large library-type media room. And there are 2 lab classrooms as well. These are all state-of-the-art installation. All elementary and intermediate language courses have 2 required lab meetings per week, which are held in the lab classrooms. And some teachers prefer to hold all their classes in the lab classroom environment. Or you can talk if you want. A genuine class and a genuine lab. Both lab classrooms have 24 student positions. As you can see, the positions are at flat tables in groups of 2 and 3 with ample walking space between groupings. The tables are designed to allow students to sit on opposite sides for group work without headphones. The master console, a Sony 5510, sits to one side at the front of the room, and thus there is ample space here for performances. Most of the peripheral equipment is contained in a recessed cabinet near the console. Portable equipment and audio and video tapes also are stored nearby the console. A Sony video display system is one of the most popular new pieces of equipment we have. Here we have a student performance of a Tchaikovsky favorite, Телефон. In the near future, we hope to move to a 2-teacher console, combining a Sony 5510 with the 4500, thus allowing teachers to do monitoring work simultaneously with their student assistants. The Language Learning Center is a new element in our teaching. Up until now, we did not have such a well-equipped multi-purpose room. We had several goals in mind when we created this room. We wanted a place to hold additional lab classes and specialized classes, such as in computer-assisted instruction. We wanted a place offering flexibility in available equipment and space. We wanted a gathering place for students to find help and enrichment. And we wanted a friendly and comfortable work atmosphere. These goals were all met. The room is a combination of various group and individual study and work areas. Coming in the main entry, we have 2 rooms set up for storage and materials development, including video editing. A small video viewing room is next. Students can view tapes from the collection or from the campus network, or they can watch live satellite TV programming. Our resources, material and human, are centrally located in this area around the main desk. Here can be found the lab director's office and the storage areas for much of our video and audio collections. We have a central video distribution head-in point behind the main desk as well, which allows us to send our own signal out to the entire campus. This point also functions as an off-air recording site and a dubbing station. We have 24 individual student booths grouped together so that a class can assemble here as needed. Besides audio workstations, which are at each booth, there are 3 rows with IBM PS2 computers installed, and another 2 rows with video viewing capabilities. 4 group rooms provide a variety of work areas. Independent stations for group recording and/or video viewing will be set up in these rooms. One room also has specialized speech analysis equipment in it, and another will soon have the shortwave radio installed. 8 larger booths in this corner all have audio capabilities along with computer stations. 2 of these are interactive video stations. Dot matrix printers are found along the wall, and there is 1 laser printer near the main desk area. This room is an active, fun place. With the flexibility this media room provides, we are hoping that we will be able to address the needs of the university for many years to come. Our Carnegie project is still in the process of formation, and this multi-purpose room, just like any good lab, will be adapted and changed to fit future needs. Having this lab up and operating now lets us get involved in such things as computer-assisted instruction, working with such programs as real-time writer, and interactive video software development, and linking up with French Minitel. We at last have an efficient way of putting our full resources to work for us and making these resources available for our students. Our lab director, Dale Lally, is the person to contact for more information on our facility here at St. Lawrence. This is Ruth Cruiser, Faculty Coordinator for the Carnegie Project, inviting you to come visit us at St. Lawrence University, Canton, New York.
Washington and Lee University is a small coeducational college that limits its undergraduate enrollment to about 1,600. It is the university's stated purpose to bring together an exceptionally able faculty that is wholly committed to teaching at the undergraduate level and a student body of unusual achievement, motivation, personal integrity, and promise. Founded in 1749, Washington and Lee is the sixth oldest institution of higher learning in the United States and is rich in history and tradition. George Washington made the first significant gift to the school's endowment, $50,000 in 1796, and Robert E. Lee served as its president from the end of the Civil War until his death in 1870. Today, as in the 1860s, students who come to historic Lexington from across the nation find the university's even-handed approach to the liberal arts and professional programs to be excellent preparation for immediate entry into the marketplace or for further study. Visitors to the Washington and Lee campus are struck by the way in which the buildings of historic significance and those of more recent vintage coexist in such comfortable harmony. Though many are housed in carefully preserved buildings dating from the 19th century, the university's classroom and laboratory facilities are impressively modern. Some of these impressive classroom and laboratory facilities are located in Tucker Hall, which is the home of the University Computer Center, German and Russian, and Romance language departments, as well as the recently acquired Language Learning Laboratory. This modern electronic audiovisual learning center, funded entirely by the Pew Charitable Trust, is used by all modern foreign language departments and by other departments wishing to offer independent use of audio or visual materials. The laboratory offers students and faculty an ever-increasing variety of current materials and the opportunity to work with the newest electronic systems. The laboratory is available for student and faculty use approximately 70 hours per week with 42 audio positions in the Tandberg IS-10 lab. While it can serve as an audiovisual classroom, student usage for the most part is on an individual basis. As an extension to the language laboratory, each modern language classroom is equipped with an audiovisual cabinet containing a video cassette player recorder, a 26-inch television monitor, a slide or film strip projector, external speakers, and a Tandberg audio cassette recorder player. Direct lines from the university cable system permit tying in with satellite transmission broadcasts in the classroom as well. The facility is further enhanced by color graphic personal computers, which offer programs for students of Chinese, German, Japanese, French, Spanish, Russian, and Latin. Additionally, these same PCs may be used for typing and spell checking papers in French, German, Spanish, and Russian. There are also 8 digital VT220 online terminals in the language lab, which run drills and tests written by our faculty for students of Chinese, French, German, and Spanish. The Fortran-based authoring system known as Planet has been used for developing the vast majority of student drills and testing. Programs available to students on the personal computers and on the online terminals in the language laboratory are also available to students in computer laboratories housed in the university library, in the computer center, and in one of the student dormitories. These facilities are open around the clock. Faculty members are presently working on audio interactive programs which will link the Tandberg IS-10 cassette unit with either the VT220 or with the personal computer. In addition, Laserdisc interactive program development is taking place using several Apple-based authoring systems. As one of the most widely and wisely used facilities on campus, second only to the university library, students and faculty are able to supplement classroom learning and instruction with a variety of tasks taking place in the language laboratory. If you ever have occasion to visit the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia and desire to see active language learning at its best, then I encourage you to visit the campus of Washington and Lee University and in particular the Language Laboratory, a language learning center unique for its equipment and valuable practical use.
The University of Guelph, located in southwestern Ontario, offers a wide range of degree and diploma programs to its 12,000 students. In the College of Arts, courses are offered in French, German, Italian, Spanish, Latin, Greek, and linguistics.
Hello, my name's Kathy Hannison, and I'm the coordinator of the University of Guelph Language Resource Center. In the next few minutes, I'd like to show you around our facilities.
The Language Resource Center is part of Teaching Support Services and is used mainly by the Department of Languages and Literatures and the Department of French Studies. The facilities are also used by continuing education courses, students of English as a second language, and other members of the university community. The Language Resource Center is open 52 hours per week for independent study using audio tapes, videotapes, and computer software. At the service counter, students exchange their ID card for the materials they need. "14 audio carols are available for listening or recording. Students may request to have lessons copied onto their own tapes for home use. The video area comprises 3 Betamax VCRs, 1 video disc player, and 3 VHS VCRs, including 1 multi-standard unit. "11 microcomputers are used for course-related software. The CLAY program, Computer-Assisted Learning Exercises for French, is based on 62 grammar points and is used by students in introductory French courses. Students may also view slides or find a quiet spot to browse through magazines. Each student fills out an attendance slip. These are used to prepare reports on usage levels. Our automated cataloging system allows us to print listings of our materials and search for items by number, title, author, or subject heading.
Et comme il pleuvait beaucoup, il y avait de l'eau par terre et je suis tombée. Aujourd'hui, j'ai très mal au dos.
Equipment is available for recording audio cassettes for classroom use or testing purposes. 2 classrooms are located adjacent to the Language Resource Center. One contains a 15-position Tandberg IS-10 language lab. For classes requiring a seminar-style setup, movable chairs are provided in the other half of the room. The other classroom is a multimedia room, suitable for a variety of classroom activities such as showing videotapes or small group discussions. In 1990, the Language Resource Center underwent a major renovation. We had outgrown our small glass booth, and after a summer of packing and unpacking, tearing down old walls and putting up new ones, we were ready to move into our more spacious surroundings.
During the renovation process, we were able to determine which functions we wanted to group together in the administrative and service area. We have our main work area, our most frequently used audio cassettes, video cassettes, lab manuals, and textbooks right here beside the service counter, and some of the less frequently used items on the shelves behind me.
Catalog numbers and titles of the tapes that are currently being used for assignments are written on this whiteboard for easy reference. The bulletin board beside the service counter is in a good location for notices and general information. Well, that's the end of our tour today. We've enjoyed showing you around, and we hope that you can come and visit us in person someday at the University of Guelph Language Resource Center.
You wouldn't guess it from its funky exterior, but MIT's Building 20 has been the home of many technological changes during the last 4 decades, from the invention of radar in the 40s to a solar car in the 80s. Now as we enter the 90s, MIT has opened the new Language Learning and Resource Center. New technologies involving computers, satellite television, and interactive media will be applied to language learning. The key concept in designing the Language Learning and Resource Center was flexibility. The center currently supports a variety of old, new, and experimental media. The future is sure to bring more complex technologies, and the center will have to adapt to correspondingly more complex requirements. This 15-year-old audio lab is still the backbone of the operation. However, video and interactive media are playing an ever-increasing role. Since the two areas are located side by side, more video and computer carols can easily replace audio booths as required. The carols in the video and computer area were designed to be as flexible as possible to accommodate a variety of uses. Currently installed equipment includes conventional VCRs and monitors, as well as interactive computer Laserdisc workstations. This student is using an interactive French program developed at MIT. The computer controls a Laserdisc player, allowing the student to affect the outcome of the video drama. Depending on his ability to comprehend and make connections in the language, he may help the protagonist find various solutions to his economic and romantic predicaments. This custom-built intercom box allows groups of students to hear the program and converse with each other without bothering others. Experimental setups like this one display a spectrograph of the user's voice, helping ESL students distinguish L and R sounds. Another important design concept was the proximity of functionally related areas. Here, the cassette duplicator is located in the staff area, so one person can run copies and monitor the front desk at the same time. This area opens onto the master tape library, which in turn is adjacent to the production area. Also handy to the staff area are the classrooms. These rooms are equipped with cassette decks, CD players, VCRs, and Laserdisc players, as well as satellite TV feeds. One has a 37-inch multi-scan monitor, the other a video projection system. Both can handle computer displays as well as regular video. The projection system includes a scan doubling device which dramatically improves the quality of projected videotape and Laserdiscs. If an instructor runs into trouble using all this gear, a staff person is nearby to help out. The student lounge has proven very popular, offering a place to sit while waiting for a class, or just to come and watch foreign language programming via satellite TV. Using the headphones, students may listen to the TV soundtrack or tune into another of the 6 channels to foreign language rock music or other material. Behind the scenes is the production and repair area. Here are stations for video editing, computer software development, audio production, and repair. as well as the satellite TV rack and equipment storage. This space was also designed with flexibility in mind. The different areas are defined by movable benches and can be expanded or rearranged fairly easily. One thing that could not be moved easily is this sound isolation booth. Equipped with a broadcast-grade microphone, it makes possible high-quality recordings, even in this somewhat noisy environment. The extra windows and microphone jacks allow it to be used for either audio or video production.
Most language labs, they have the tapes, they have the microphones and the speakers and all that, and it just stops there. But, I guess you have to be at MIT to expect to have an interactive Laserdisc player, It's just, something that really adds an extra dimension to learning.
Well, I heard it's changed a lot, but I never took a class before this one, so I don't know. But I think the audio and visual stuff in the classrooms are really, really good. And I like this cover.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that.
Do you like the wood skull? I think this is any help.
Do I like
satellite?
Oh yeah, I don't know how much help it is, but it adds a lot of ambiance. So it's really nice, and it looks really nice and really clean, and everybody seems really organized. So it's great. MIT needs this kind of stuff.
Temple University is situated just north of Center City, Philadelphia, close to the city's historical, cultural, and commercial interests. With an enrollment of more than 34,000 students, Temple offers graduate and undergraduate degree programs in 5 local and 3 foreign campus locations. The Media Learning Center is located on Temple's main campus on the lobby level of the Humanities Building, Anderson Hall. The Multimedia Center grew out of an audio-only language lab in Old College Hall that served only foreign language departments. Since 1974, the center has served over 25 academic departments in the College of Arts and Sciences, as well as other university programs such as English as a Second Language, music, and art history. The center provides students and faculty with audio, video, slide, and computer resources. In the new computer-based language lab, installed in 1989, students listen to and record their voices for practice in listening to and speaking a new language. They may also preview videotapes or slides to help learn a foreign language, history, English, art history, chemistry, biology, psychology, mathematics, or Temple's required 2 courses in intellectual heritage. In the center's computer lab, students can use computers to help them with basic writing and grammar skills, or get access to word processing software to type and print up assignments. French, German, and Spanish students have access to supplementary computer drills to assist them beyond the classroom. All media and computer resources are listed in the center's resource catalogs, both by department or by title. Each resource in the database has a number of subject headings allowing for individual searches for faculty to locate materials on specific topics. The director, Dr. Robin Larson, manages 4 full-time staff who operate the center. Dr. Larson works with faculty to select and use new media and computer materials in their teaching programs. He also assists faculty and teaching assistants in the use of media equipment, including the Multimedia Language Learning Lab installed in 1989. The Resources Manager, Jay Dalkey, catalogs all materials and maintains records on all resources checked out by both students and faculty. The manager also supervises those student assistants who work at the resource counter or who serve as computer consultants. The Media Services Manager, Frank Palazzo, handles all video production and dubbing. He also supervises the equipment checkout for the psychology and speech departments. In addition, Frank is responsible for the center's media management, acquisition, and repair services. The Audio Production Manager, John Bingham, handles all audio production. He operates the center's recording studio, and he has editing facilities to mix and dub a variety of audio sources. The center secretary, Diana Denise, is responsible for processing orders for new resources, monitoring office and budget operations, and the labeling and filing of resources, records, and vendor catalogs. The Media Learning Center's new Language Learning Lab seats 128 students. Two Sony MX5510 labs provide student positions with audio cassette, video cassette, cable TV, and satellite broadcast sources. Each of the two faculty console positions can monitor up to 52 students. Faculty and instructors may use the console in a number of ways. They may simply monitor students' oral performance as they work with their tapes. Teachers may also use the test analyzer function of the console to give multiple choice tests. To test oral production, instructors at the console can control student recorders to tape their students' oral performance for later evaluation.
Eran los nombres que decían Fernando V, pero no sabía hacerlo de Fernando V.
Each semester, classes are scheduled in the center for an orientation on obtaining audio cassettes and other resources available. The center also assists faculty with media projects outside the Anderson Hall labs. Staff assist in the audio or videotaping of classes, special events, or lectures around campus. The Media Learning Center at Temple University provides faculty and students with many state-of-the-art media and computer services to assist them in their teaching and learning.
What you are about to witness are the habits and habitats of a small tribe of people whose existence was not discovered until several years ago, when early reports of sightings of this unusual clan began to accumulate. In the mid-1980s, a research expedition was mounted to prove or disprove the myths that this isolated community had developed as an independent culture, yet surrounded by a major university. And what you are about to see is the first recorded study of the Cages of UCI. This is Humanities Hall at the University of California, Irvine. Odd as it may seem, this tower of steel and concrete is where the first reported sightings occurred. We were lucky enough to spot a member of this tribe on the first day of our expedition. We were unable to find out anything about the nocturnal habits of these creatures. Each morning at exactly 7:55, however, we would spot them entering their habitat, deep within the central jungle area of the Language Learning Resource Center.
Hi, Elsa.
Hi, Derek.
Is there a class in the lab?
No, there isn't. Go ahead, go that way.
Life is usually quiet during the early morning hours. Cagers can be seen putting their habitat in order. But life isn't always so peaceful in this jungle setting. At approximately 10 minutes before each hour, a peculiar phenomenon of nature begins. Herds of excited students storm the cage to check out language tapes. Enthusiastically, the cagers leap into action.
Yeah, come on, I only have 5 minutes before my class starts. Gosh, this class is almost starting already.
I can't believe it.
What's the matter here?
Have you filled out a card for this quarter yet? I just need you to fill this out with your last name first, your permanent mailing address, your local phone number, date and sign it, and I'll need to see a reg card.
Okay, great.
Can I have your last name, please?
Calhoun. Okay, I need the next one. That's F009-3.
Okay, I need your initial here and sign there. Now the next person. Can I have your permanent address, please?
Okay, it's 1555 Folkestone.
Cagers are very protective of their territories and instinctively know when their habitat is about to be attacked. By 5 minutes before each hour, reinforcements appear in the cage.
Can I help the next person?
Yeah, hi. I need a French tape.
Okay, so what tape did you want?
Invitation.
Okay, you want French. So you come through here. All these are in alphabetical order. And you look for French. Okay, and Invitation is the name of your book. So here it is. Do you want chapter 1? Mm-hmm. Okay, then your tape would be F009-1.
At times, a cager might be left alone in the cage during these busy times. When that happens, the quick-witted cager sends out a distress signal to the office for reinforcements.
Language Learning Resource Center. Help! Help! Help!
It is a well-known fact that in areas such as the mighty Serengeti Desert, the law of survival of the fittest prevails. However, within the boundaries of the LLRC, the laws of nature dictate survival of the punctual. Cagers who come late are forever exiled from the cage, thus ensuring a stronger and more virile species. The cager is truly a remarkable creature, capable of adapting to a wide range of environmental and social situations.
Excuse me, could I get you to please get your feet off the table and sit properly? Thanks.
Cagers are alert to problems and diligent in their activities.
Excuse me, can I have you finish that outside, please? There's no food or drink allowed in here. Yeah, thanks. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Thanks.
When confronted by a hostile aggressor, a cager is friendly and helpful.
Okay, so these will be due 1 week from today. That's October 22nd.
No, I'm supposed to be able to check them out till the end of the quarter. I'm a TA.
Oh, okay. Well, to get special permission for that, you'll need to go...
No, I was already told I could do it. I could just check it out till the end of the quarter.
Okay, that's fine. I don't have the authority to do that for you, though. You'll need to go out this door and then around to room 263, and Leanne will sign your card and approve that for you, okay?
Do I take these with me or what?
No, I'll just take these. If you want, you could just take this card and have Leanne initial it for you, and then just come right back here.
Okay.
Thanks.
He keeps a smile on his face until long after the twit has rounded the corner. Then, and only then, will the cager discreetly relieve his tensions. But most of all, cagers are known for their resourcefulness.
We're out of IO 3-1. What? They're out of them.
They're out of IO 3-1?
Yes.
They're out of IO 3-1.
There's a test date. They're out of IO 3-1.
They're out.
I'll go to that for sure now.
Oh, great.
Well, that's great.
Super. That's great. That's really great.
So maybe we can talk to the teacher. Oh, come on, you guys.
You gotta have some.
Look, wait, she found some more.
Sometimes there are no backups.
We need some SO07-7s for tomorrow, okay? Okay.
The lifestyle of the Cager clan has evolved into an efficient and highly organized society. Central to their existence is the meticulous attention given to the checkout cards. Each Cager takes care to file each card properly, but sometimes it's hard to know first names from last names, and a misfiled card can create terrible havoc in the Cager habitat.
Derek, I can't find Lincoln Curtis's card.
Try looking under L for Lincoln. Maybe it's under his first name.
Okay. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Your card was filed under Lincoln instead of Curtis, so circle that. Okay, Lincoln. Looks like your tape was due on the 8th. So that's 5 days late. That'll be 25 cents. Okay, 5 days, 25 cents. Alrighty, and I'll just need your initial here by this X and here in the box showing you paid.
The Cager's day ends much like it started, slowly and quietly. Again, the Cager straightens his habitat as he prepares to close for the evening.
Okay, everybody, it's 4 o'clock. We're closing up.
looked up, Christy?
Yeah, sure is.
Thanks a lot. See you tomorrow.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
With the University of Maryland Language Media Center. Our program here on the College Park campus is a multifaceted program serving a large number of departments within the College of Arts and Humanities. From the art department to the philosophy department, from dance to such programs as the French department, we service their media needs and materials. In our foreign language program, we have 4 language laboratories. One is an independent laboratory for all of our languages. We have 2 language laboratories, these are classroom laboratories, that are used exclusively by our foreign language program. We also have a classroom laboratory that is used by the English as a second language program. Under the Language Media Center, we have 2 computer laboratories. One is exclusively an IBM facility with communications. The other one is a Macintosh laboratory with compact discs and video discs. We have an international cinema in which we play films for the local community, for the campus, and it's also used in our instructional program. We have an international auditorium in which we bring in satellite communications. We also have an outreach program in which we provide materials for the schools in the state of Maryland. Incorporated into our program is an international collection of media materials. This includes a video collection, an audio collection, and an international film collection. We also have materials that we've collected from around the world that we use in our instructional program. Under our program here, we have offered international film festivals, international conferences, conferences on foreign language instruction in the media, and many lectures. Nerve Center, the Language Media Center. From here, we distribute our collection of more than 10,000 instructional audio tape to 7,000 students in the foreign languages and 1,000 students in the Maryland English Institute. From here also you can see we distribute our media materials. We have a large collection of video material that is used for both instruction and research. We also have a large international collection of films. We have both 16 millimeter and 35 millimeter films. In a little while we're going to take you downstairs and show you our cinema. Here is our editing rack. As you can see, we have a full range of equipment. We also use this rack to distribute some video material to our students. In the near future, under the campus cable system and with an in-house cable system that we're going to install, we're going to distribute video material to all of the classrooms for the teachers and the TAs. Behind me you can see the scheduling board that we use for our 3 classroom laboratories. And then below me, this is the means by which we organize our media materials and our checkout system. This is our recording booth. We use this to produce some of our instructional materials. We use it for a variety of other reasons too. Some of our teachers actually use this to conduct their tests in. And to ensure that our teachers have the best, we even have realia that we distribute from the Language Media Center. A bicycle, fruit, even cloth. University of Maryland International Cinema. Our location here in the Washington, D.C. area affords us many opportunities that you may not find at other institutions. We bring films here from the embassies to show to our students. We also offer international film festivals. The University of Maryland is also fortunate and that many embassies have given us permission to copy onto videotape their 35mm prints. This material will be used for instruction and also for research by our film faculty and our international faculty. This facility has also seen an East Asian Film Festival in this past year and a Russian series. The National Conference Room. We're bringing in satellite communications for the campus, for the students here in the Language House, and for the local community. We also have teleconferences from this room. This is the Macintosh computer facility located in our Language House. Instructional material. Located in this room are two of our language laboratories. Both laboratories are Tamberg IS-10s. These are full functioning IS-10s with two master program sources from the console. We also have, for both laboratories, micro cameras that are projected through our multi-standard projection systems. We also have multi-standard VCRs for the showing of film and foreign language material. In the evenings, we split the signal between the two video projectors and show films for our students. This is one of our independent laboratories. In here we have 10 IBM computers that are used primarily for word processing. We do have one computer set aside for Russian verb exercises. The blue boxes on top of the IBM computers are for communications. As you move around the room, you will see we have small high-speed duplicators for the students, and we also broadcast into this room some foreign language video material. A 41-position independent study laboratory. This is used by all students on campus to study foreign languages. We also open this room up to the community. Most recently, we have had immigrants from the Soviet Union who work in the Washington, D.C. area using this laboratory to study English. Media Center's international satellite antenna. Programming is received here and then cabled across campus to our foreign language programs in Jimenez Hall and St. Mary's Hall, the Language House. We also use the programming to rebroadcast it to the local community in Prince George's County. We serve both a community function and a campus function with this antenna. This is one of our video rooms. In this particular case, it's a seminar room used for advanced language and cultural instruction. In this room, we use the video disc player for both language instruction and cultural instruction. We have a collection of material on video disc for languages, and we have a collection of material on video disc for film. We also use two multi-standard players along with the multi-standard monitor. Video collection. It's used for both research and instruction. The materials in this collection may range from a recording of a historical event down to your basic language instructional material. The materials in this collection are also used in our outreach program. These materials are distributed throughout the state to the local high schools for their language and cultural instruction programs.
Agent Z here.
Z, we have a job for you.
What is it, boss?
There's an agency operating out of Herder Hall that's under suspicion of espionage activity. We've heard that they air foreign news, teach language classes, stockpile foreign films and newspapers, and distribute unmarked video and audio cassettes. Agency, I want you to check things out and report back to me 1900 hours. Any questions?
Just one. What does this agency call itself?
The Foreign Language Resource Center.
I'm on it, boss.
Welcome to the language lab. Are you here to check something out?
Yeah, I'm here to check something out.
Okay, what class are you in?
Class?
French, Russian, Spanish?
Spanish for beginners.
Okay, I'm gonna need to see your student ID.
ID? Why? Do I need some special access to be here?
Yeah, I can register you right now if you'd like.
Register? Sure, what do I have to do?
Okay, well I'm filling this out. I'm gonna have you read and sign our copyright agreement form.
What's this for?
It's a safeguard for us. By signing it, you're agreeing not to break any of the copyright laws that apply to the material that you'll be using.
I see.
There's a $5 fee for the use of the lab, and I've put a sticker on your ID to show that you paid. This is a one-time fee that will enable you to use our facilities all semester, so bring your ID with you every time you come.
Okay. So what exactly goes on here?
Well, we offer audio cassettes here that accompany the language text from your classes. Also, we air the news from 14 different countries in our lounge.
Of productive cells.
And if you'd like, you can check out video copies of those and bring them home to view them. We have several foreign films that you can reserve and watch here at the lab, and we also carry foreign newspapers and magazines for you to look at while you're here.
So tell me more about these tapes.
These tapes. Okay, well, we have masters here that accompany the text, and you can use these masters in the lab. You can in our independent study room. If you don't have time to do that, you can bring a blank tape and copy our masters over there on the rapid duplication machines and bring that copy home with you. But our masters never leave the lab.
Well, I'd like to start my Spanish lessons today, but I don't have a blank tape with me.
That's easy enough. We sell $2 blank tapes here at the lab.
Wait, you mean I have to pay $2 every time I come to use the center?
No. According to the copyright agreement that you signed, you can only have 2 tapes worth of material at once. So when you're done with the 2 lessons that you listen to at home, you can bring them back, erase them on our erase machine, and copy 2 more lessons.
Oh, I see. So I can just recycle my 2 tapes and use them all semester.
Exactly. Now I'll show you how to make a copy. Okay, the reason I took your ID is because you have my master. So when you give me back the master, I can give you your ID back.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is the master side, and you put our tape in the master side.
This one?
Yep. Head first, like that. Snap it down. Okay, yours is the copy, so it goes in the copy side. Get it? Okay. This machine records both sides at the same time, so you don't have to stop and flip it over. Just push this bar all the way over to record, and it will record. It will also rewind itself and stop itself.
Oh, great.
So you just stand here and wait, and then it's done. Okay.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah, it only takes about 3 minutes. Okay, now we're going to check your tape to make sure it came out.
Great.
Sounds pretty good.
A tape program to accompany ¿Qué tal? An introductory course, 2nd edition.
Well, there's the tape.
Okay, and here's your ID.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Hey, you're welcome. Anytime.
¿Qué tal? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está mi sombrero? Mi sombrero es roja. Roja es mi sombrero. Yeah, Agent Z here. What did I learn? Get this. Me llamo Agent Z. ¿Qué tal? ¿Dónde es mi sombrero? Mi sombrero es bien. ¿Y tú? ¿Cómo es tu sombrero?
Hello, welcome to the College Avenue Language Laboratory. My name is Marian Udo, and I am director of the FAS Language Laboratories at Rutgers, New Brunswick. Today I'd like to give you some information on the function of the labs and the procedures you will follow when you come here. The Language Lab is designed to reinforce the work you do in class. We have tapes that correspond to the text in the language courses and which coordinate with your lab manuals as well. You should bring both the text and lab manual with you when you come to do your lab assignments. The tapes contain pronunciation drills, grammar exercises, and dictations to help strengthen your listening and speaking skills. Regular use of the Language Lab will help you progress in your language studies. Our lab is staffed by graduate assistants in all of the major languages studied at Rutgers. They are on duty at regular hours during the week. The function of the graduate assistant is to help students with lab work. They will monitor you from time to time and will point out any problems you may have with pronunciation or grammar. You may also call upon them if you have any difficulties with your lab lesson. A graduate assistant can make your lab visits more productive. And although you are not required to come when a GA in the language you are studying is on duty, it is a good idea to do so. The CAC lab is open days, evenings, and weekends to accommodate students with busy schedules. Our general and GA hours are posted in the lab and sent to instructors at the beginning of each semester, and you should be receiving this information shortly. Because we use the lab exclusively for orientations at the beginning of each semester, you will also be informed of our official opening date. When you come to the lab on your own to do the work your instructor has assigned, these are the procedures you will follow. The first is to sign in at the console. Find the attendance book for your language, then look for the page with your course, section, and instructor's name on it. Please be sure to know your instructor's last name when you come to the lab, because if you sign in on the wrong page, you may not receive credit for the work you have done. The attendance sheets you sign are sent to your instructors every week and are the only proof of lab activity. After filling in all the necessary information, look at the time and mark it down as well. When requesting a tape, please tell the GA on duty your language and course number. You will also need a valid Rutgers ID or driver's license to obtain materials. Only one tape or video cassette will be given out at a time, and it may not be removed from the premises. After signing in, find a booth on the left side of the lab, since the right side is usually reserved for students learning English with the program in American Language Studies. This program, which we call PALS, conducts classes every day during the week between the hours of 9 and 4. The Rutgers side of the lab is usually free for drop-in students. However, please observe the row reserved signs, since there are classes scheduled from time to time on both sides of the lab. Once you are ready to begin, you will find that the recorders are very easy to operate. Simply turn the power on and insert your cassette into the cassette door. Close the lid and put on your headset with the microphone in the down position on your left-hand side. Depress the drill button to begin. This is important because if you use the play button only, you will hear not only the master track, but also the voice of the student who has previously used the tape. By depressing drill, you automatically erase this voice and record your own. To fast forward, press this button. If you wish to hear a sentence or question again, you do not have to rewind the cassette. Merely press the sentence repeat button. Then press drill to proceed again. When the lesson is finished, stop the tape and rewind the cassette to the beginning of side A. If you have any problems with the equipment or tapes, please ask the GA on duty for assistance. When you have finished your work, return the tape in its box to the console, and the GA will either give you another lesson if you wish, or will return your ID. Please remember to sign out, or you will not receive credit for the work you have done. Apart from this basic use of the language lab, we have a service here that allows students to also do some of their lab work at home. For a minimal yearly fee, students will receive one blank cassette on which we will duplicate, erase, and reduplicate as many lessons as they wish for the entire academic year. This service is optional, and students may register any time the lab is open during the fall and spring semesters. It is handled by our graduate students at the console, and payment must be by check or money order only. After purchasing a cassette, you may get a lesson duplicated by giving it to the graduate assistant on duty when you come to the lab. Indicate in pencil on the back of the cassette box the lesson you want, and the GA will tell you when it will be ready. In general, you should allow 24 hours to pick up the cassette. The language labs also have VCRs and computers for student use, and we have acquired many new and interesting programs. You will most likely be assigned work on this equipment from time to time during the semester. When using video or computers, you will have to sign in on your regular class attendance sheet and also in our special video and computer sign-up book. Advance reservations are permitted as well. In addition to College Avenue, we have labs on the Douglas and Kilmer campuses also. And even though your course may be on this campus, you may use the other labs as well. The Douglas Language Lab is located in the Language Arts building on the Douglas campus. It is next door to the main office of the French department and is open Monday through Friday during the day only. You are now looking at Tillett Hall, where the Kilmer Language Lab is located in room 201. The schedule of hours for this lab and for Douglas will be sent to your instructor with the CAC schedule. All three of our facilities have the necessary materials for your lab work. Before ending, I would like to mention some of the rules we observe at the labs. No smoking, no food or drink in the booths, and no excessive talking. I hope this presentation has been useful in introducing you to the operations of the Language Lab. After the video, my staff will be happy to answer any questions you may have, and will also be here to help you throughout the semester.
I need to play it. That's a request that we're getting increasingly when people go abroad and they record abroad. You know, this room is is used for video editing. Now, students who actually come in here, faculty, students, it's available for anyone. They need to first be trained and to schedule a training session. Do not. It's interactive and it works with the Macintosh 2CX and the Pioneer 6000 Laserdisc. It's a kind of an interesting story.
Today we tour the learning centers at Penn State's main campus at University Park, Pennsylvania. Easily accessible and conveniently located, the learning centers are providing support to students and faculty in a coordinated learning environment. Hi, I'm Joe Pillett. The learning centers at Penn State are a valuable source of information and education for students and faculty. Penn State at University Park has 3 learning centers in established operation, and plans for additional facilities are in fact on the drawing table. The learning centers, which are under the direction of Continuing Education Systems, Media and Learning Resources, are operated and maintained through the CES Department of Audiovisual Services. Let's tour the centers. The learning centers provide studying space and a variety of listening and learning devices, such as VHS tape players, audio cassette players and recorders, Macintosh computers, cassette duplicating machines, and dial access operation stations. Video editing facilities and interactive video units are available at the Sparks building. Many of the language and communication departments use the centers to distribute course-related materials as a means of reaching many students without the restriction of scheduled class time. The student is free to arrive at any one of the learning centers during operational hours. They may spend as much time as needed to research and review materials. This is very helpful to those students who are in need of a little extra help, or those who have been absent for any number of reasons. Materials are on loan at the learning centers from various departments within the Penn State system. The student arrives at the center, asks the attendant for specific materials, and then simply leave their ID card with the attendant until they have completed the use. The items are then returned to the counter area for the next customer. The centers operate on a 7-day-a-week schedule during spring and fall semesters, and a Monday through Friday daylight operation during the summer sessions. The Sparks Learning Center is dedicated to the use of interactive video under the direction of Mary Ann Lyman Hager. The student interacts with a computer program and a laser disc player presenting a game atmosphere. At Penn State, we are involved with the Athena Project for students learning the French language.
Philippe is in Paris. He's got a terrible life. His girlfriend has kicked him out of his apartment, and he's got to find in a day a new place to live, or he's got to finish a book. He's got to choose what he's going to do. And what you do is you're his sort of sympathetic interlocutor. You listen to him, you listen to his problems. You try to help find an apartment. You try to help him patch things up with Elizabeth. And if he doesn't, he's out of luck. It's an interactive fiction. Remember the kind of books? I had a chance to go to Paris, right into the heart of Paris. Notice there's a clock on the top. This is timed in sort of real time, 10 time. So students will go through the adventure. He's talking to us. He's inviting us to go coffee. And this is, beautifully done, produced with much of
Videotape editing for course projects is also available in room 5A of the Sparks Learning Center. Precise edits can be completed here. The videotape you are viewing was edited on this facility. Broadcast journalists and communications students and faculty find this unit to be extremely helpful. The student schedules editing time on a first-come, first-served basis and are limited to 2-hour sessions. This room is quite popular. The student is given a brief but concise training session on the operation of the video editing unit, and then proceeds on editing their classroom project. A character generator is also available with the editing procedure to add titles and graphics. Small groups of students or faculty may use rooms 5B and 5C to preview videotapes, or to view SCOLA, an international satellite program service, giving those attending Penn State University the opportunity to receive news broadcasts from many foreign countries on a 1 or 2 day delayed broadcast basis. Although these rooms are small, they are more than adequate facilities for a group of 4 to 5 students to view and discuss programs without inflicting on the privacy of others. Scheduling of these rooms is on a first-come, first-served basis. There is also a video player capable of playing programs recorded on the European standard and other foreign standards. You'll find this in room 5C. The International Satellite Program Service, SCOLA, is also available in room 4 of the Sparks building. However, this room is on occasion dedicated to a schedule of other videotaped courses, such as EMAC 11. Once again, the student finds adequate workspace and an opportunity to view a course at their leisure without classroom pressure. Penn State receives the SCOLA network via satellite from our WPSX studios in the Wagner Annex building. SCOLA is received and monitored at the centers and videotaped for classroom use. Class instructors submit their request for the SCOLA program to be recorded. The attendant at the center sets the timer on the VCR, and the program is ready for the next day for presentation in the classroom. From this control room, you'll find a series of television camera monitors. At the Sparks Center in room 8, we videotape classrooms and speech presentations. This is very helpful for self-evaluation where public speaking is concerned. The student or teaching assistant is captured on tape and then is free to view the tape to critique their performance. The taping is done in room 8, which is directly behind the control panel. It accommodates approximately 30 students, and there are 2 cameras at opposite ends of the room. Split-screen effects and audience response are made possible. As we move further down the hall, we will enter the Language Lab, which is in room 3 of the Sparks Learning Center. This allows an instructor to key into all students at the individual workstations. You may play a pre-recorded language course cassette tape or speak to the students directly, and their response is recorded on the recorder at their personal workstation. This is quite valuable in the area of enunciation and pronunciation of a proper language. We'll leave the Sparks Learning Center and move to 1 East Human Development. At 1 East Human Development, they provide students and faculty with the same audio and video instruction needs, dial access, and quiet working space as the other learning centers, in addition to the many and still expanding number of Macintosh computers. Students find the computer services and the capability of saving their work on a small diskette to be very beneficial towards reaching their goal of success in various courses. The Center for Academic Computing has installed 19 Mac Plus computers, a laser printer, and 2 image writer printers at 1 East Human Development. Audio Audio courses at 1 East Human Development include French, German, Italian, and the Spanish languages, as well as music and Odyssey through literature. Video courses include accounting, B-Log, communications and comprehensive English, as well as electrical engineering and EMAC 11. Readings are on reserve for many courses. The Learning Center in 15 Pinchot Hall in the East Halls area provides students and faculty with audio and video learning tools and also houses the Dial Access Center as well as the TIPS Information Center. TIPS, Telephone Information Penn State, is a convenient and always accessible source of information for Penn State students, faculty, and staff. A broad range of topics about academic life and university life is available through the TIPS network, which is located in East Halls. A number of classrooms are voice-wired to transmit lecture sessions, which are recorded on a large bank of reel-to-reel tape recorders. Students find dial access telephones in all 3 of the Learning Center facilities. The student dials a 3-digit number code, which triggers and activates the dial access bank. The lecture is broadcast through a headset at a Learning Center dial access station. The Learning Centers, providing Penn State students, faculty, and staff with many resources for continued and successful educational opportunities. I'm Joe Pillett, and I thank you for joining me today as we toured Penn State University's University Park Learning Centers.
desk, and now I'm looking back with a smile. Turn my back to success, and I laugh and I cry and ask myself why. Today they do the same, and they stop and they think for a minute each week. They always catch the train. Every day, every day, every day seems to end this way. Every day, every day, every day seems to end this way. It seems like only yesterday that I was sitting at the edge of a desk, and now I'm looking back with a smile. So turn my back to success, and I laugh and I cry and ask myself why. Today they do the same, and they stop and they think for a minute each week. They always catch the train. Every day, every day, every day seems to end this way. Every day, every day, every day seems to end this way.